Have you heard about permissive parenting and trying to figure out if this is the right parenting style for you? Watch this video to see the pros and cons of this parenting style. For the best parenting advice and tips on YouTube, subscribe to my channel now and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video every Thursday. I bet you want your children to be empowered, innovative, emphatic, decision makers, and loving human beings. Maybe your parents were overly strict or demanding with you, and you know that you do not want to follow their example. Perhaps you've seen examples of helicopter parents micromanaging their kids, and you've determined that you do not want to be that type of parent. So you turn to permissive parenting. As the parent of 2 children, I can empathize with all of you who are in this situation. All of the above points resonate with me. However, permissive parenting may not be the right approach for you. In this video, I'll define permissive parenting and share the clues that will tell you if you are a permissive parent. I'll then share 7 reasons why I think permissive parenting is a disaster for kids. Lastly, I'll share my tips on what you can do to be a better parent, including giving you access to the family rules we use in my house. My name is Iftikhar, and I am the editor of seed2stem.com, a parenting blog focused on helping parents raise STEM mindset kids. Let's get started. So what is a permissive parent? Well, a permissive parent rejects the idea that children should be controlled or constrained in any way. And a permissive parent enables and encourages their child to make their own decisions. So are you a permissive parent? Well, answer these questions, and if the answer to most of them is yes, then you are a permissive parent. So first of all, do you allow your child to treat you or others in a way that you would not let your friends, coworkers, and siblings treat you? Do you allow your child to make most of their own decisions, including what they wear, what they eat, when to sleep, how they learn, and how they enjoy themselves? Do you try to limit using the word no, or create rules only for the most necessary situations? Do you try to avoid a confrontation with your child? Do you love your child, trusting them to make their own mistakes? Do you have to bribe your child to do things? Example, give your child an iPhone at the restaurant, or pay your child for chores? And do you want to be best friends with your child, where they see you as an equal rather than an authority figure? So I suspect you at least identified with a couple of the examples I just gave you. Permissive parenting's intent is to be loving and supportive parents. The intention is often rooted in love, trust, and democratic ideals. However, the results can be disastrous, even for parents trying to raise caring, innovative, decision-making children. Here are 7 reasons why. Children of permissive parents learn that they don't need to follow the rules to succeed. Since there are little to no rules at home, your child will not know how to deal with regulations outside of the house. Your child may be successful even up to middle school in a no-rules environment, but good luck in high school, college, and in their career, where systems and rules are necessary. Second, your child doesn't learn the concept of consequences. If your child isn't consistently learning that breaking rules have consequences, they'll probably struggle with accountability. They'll almost certainly have issues dealing with people of authority, such as teachers and managers. Number 3, your child learns that they can only be happy if they get what they want. If your child doesn't learn to live within certain limits and rules, they'll have a hard time later in life dealing with any setback, resistance, or challenge. Resilience will be critical for the highest paying jobs in the 21st century. 4, your child's emotional intelligence is negatively impacted, especially during teamwork and group activities. Since in work and in school, you rarely get what you want, and instead have to collaborate through listening and challenging, a child that hasn't learned these skills is going to be very frustrated in group settings. Think of that person at work who is always preaching on behalf of their own needs and is not capable of listening to the needs of the group. Do you want your child to be that guy or girl? Number 5, your child can make disastrous decisions that have severe negative impacts, including to their health and well-being. Many studies have shown that children of permissive parents are more likely to increase their alcohol and drug use among teenagers. To learn more, check out Reimler, Hosong, and its 2011 study on this topic. 6, when your child is trained to only react to bribes, which is a common case of permissive parenting, then your child learns to become externally motivated rather than internally motivated. If the only way you can get your child to do something is by bribing them, your child loses the internal drive to do something for the sake of getting better or improving things. Here's a great quote from a book that I absolutely love. It's by Daniel H. Pink, and it's called Drive, The Surprising Truth About What Motivates Us. The quote is, "For artists, scientists, inventors, school children, and the rest of us, intrinsic motivation, the drive to do something because it is interesting, challenging, and absorbing, is essential for higher levels of creativity." So the 7th reason why I'm not a big fan of permissive parenting is your child is at risk of becoming a low achiever. Now think back to when you were a kid. Most of us just wanted to play or watch TV. Nowadays, there are even more distractions. Without parents pushing their children to achieve more, your child is at risk of being left behind. In the global 21st century workforce, where people from all over the world are competing for the same global job, good luck finding a job if you are a low achiever. Now, before we go any further, I'd like to ask you if you know any parents who seem to be permissive parents. From your observation, please share one pro or con that you've seen from this style in the comments below. Do you think I'm being too negative? And are there pros to permissive parenting that outweigh the negative? Again, let us know by leaving a comment below right now. Okay, so it's obvious that I'm not a big fan of permissive parenting. Well, what do I suggest? First of all, learn from the mistakes your parents made with you. If your parents were overly strict or demanding with you, then the answer is not to go to the other extreme of becoming a permissive parent. Find the balance. You can set high expectations and create boundaries for your child while being loving and caring. Second, establish some rules. Ideally, you can explain the why behind the rules to your child if necessary. Start small, but start today. Don't allow any negotiation around the rules. If you're wondering what rules to establish, these are the rules we set in my household. Visit the link in the video description below to get your free download of family rules. We suggest you stick it in your fridge so that everyone understands the new laws of the household. I've created it in Microsoft Word so you can easily change it to accommodate your family situation and values. Third, follow through. Once the rules are set, then they need to be followed. Children need some structure. If you aren't consistent, then don't expect them to be. Make sure your kids understand the penalty for breaking the rules. You can be firm, but loving. And lastly, recognize good behavior. If your child is actively trying to follow the rules and meet your high expectations, then recognize it. Everyone loves compliments and kind gestures. Now and then, sprinkle in other privileges or rewards. Now that you know a little bit about permissive parenting, would you like to see some more examples? If so, check out my video, Permissive Parenting, Examples from TV, Movies, and More. If you're interested in joining a community of parents who are trying to be the best parents they can be, then request to join the Seed to STEM Facebook group, and we'll do our best to help you. If you like this video, please let me know by liking it below. Subscribe and share it with other parents. And comment below with the word helpful if this video helped you. Thanks.